Good morning, guys. How are you doing? How are you today? This is Monday, November 1st. Remember, Mondays are kind of crazy days, so today we're gonna be most likely taking a look at, crazy movements in the market, which is okay, all right? Which is okay, because we know that that's how it is, all right? That's how it is. So for now, let's just wait and see what's gonna happen. Okay? So, today's quite a great day. Let's share this with everybody. Hey, how's it going? How are you? I'm doing well, thank you, man. In reality, no, I'm not in that trade, but I'm feeling tempted to open that position, right? It's just that this just previous candle has, too much momentum, too much bullish momentum, which may cause this breakout to the upside. However, just because of the levels, right? I'm waiting for this trade since Friday, and this one over here since Friday as well. This one, I think this one has, more potential right here. This one over here, right? To join those sellers. So yeah, this one could be the one that I will open. But that one in gold looks great. This one looks good. And this one in GJ is performing pretty well. This buy is over here. The support is incredible, incredibly strong. And after these two pin bars, I was gonna open this buying position, but this previous pin bar, didn't allow me to. You know, we could have seen the breakout to the downside, so I was like, hesitating, and I didn't open this selling position, and the price just went straight up. But it's okay. So these sells, well, they make sense, but this bullish candle, you know, decreases the probability of that setup. These cells look more, appealing to me. They look they look better. So I'm gonna wait for another signal because this pin bar is just too weak for me. Um, so here is the DXY, the dollar index. You know what? I think we're gonna have some music in here because this is too boring without music. I mean, if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you're just learning about trading, if you're starting to learn, and then you come to this stream, dude, I would get bored with that without music. Um, Christmas music, nah, I'm just kidding. Let's put this, let's see, can you hear anything? Nothing. On YouTube. Yeah, if you can let me know, that would be great. Okay, it doesn't sound too loud or something? Or soft. Okay, what if I do this? Does it sound better? A little better? Okay, but is it good enough? Are you still able to listen my voice? Okay. All right, so let's leave it there. That's gonna be some type of music that's gonna be with us today. All right. So, let's go through the analysis, right? Look, this is one trade that I called on Friday in the Price Action Club channel. This shorts here, obviously with confirmations. Buys here, I think. Shorts, this short here, right? This buy here. I mean, this push to the upside was called as well, right? So here I'm looking for sales. I don't know. I don't know. This is kind of crazy because this looks super bearish, but this one seems to be, in a bearish spot. So that's why I'm not opening in a position right now. I'm gonna be waiting for the right opportunity. But anyway, let's go through the analysis. Okay. Let me take a look here. All right, guys. If you have any type of question, just let me know. And if you have, any type of chart, just share it, and we're gonna make sure that we all take a look at the chart. All right. Okay. So first of all, Euro USD. Let's go through the analysis on Euro USD. Um, let's go to the daily time frame. Okay, as you can see here, it looks super bearish, super bearish. On Friday we got a beautiful movement. Let's go again to the 30-minute time frame. So first of all, look at this candle. Everything started. I'm gonna show you. Everything started with this bearish engulfing candle, strong bearish engulfing candle, right? So the price was inside this channel. I don't know about that music. I don't know about that music, dude. Let me see. This is alternative hip hop. I don't know if I want to move to old school hip hop. Maybe I'm too old. Clank. Right. All right. So this is a horizontal channel, right? And the price was moving inside this channel, this very choppy market, right? Respecting a resistance and a support. But then, look at this. Then we had this bearish engulfing candle, right? Kind of telling us, okay, I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna just come all the way down. So when this candle was provided, my bias was super bearish, all right? So I was thinking, okay, the breakout is gonna happen to the downside because the strength of this candle is very clear, all right? It is very clear. Look at these two pin bars and the price dropped. Look at this bearish engulfing candle and the price dropped, right? So I was thinking, okay, but this one is stronger than this one. This one is, it reached this high and it touched, this support. So, I mean, the range of this candle, is kind of engulfing the whole channel, this whole channel. So, I thought, okay, the price is just gonna drop, but the news were gonna be given. So that's why I didn't open this sell position because the news were gonna be given and we don't really know what's gonna happen with the news. The news were given and the price went straight up, right, with this type of momentum, incredible momentum. It reached this high, reacted to that level right there, this one over here. Let's use the arrows just to make it clearer, because okay, so the price went straight up, but it respected this level, right? Creating this order block right here, and then this was the entry signal right there. That was the entry signal to go short, and the market went straight down, right? Straight down, creating these lower highs and lower lows structure, right? Now, that movement to the downside, it is so strong, was so strong that came all the way down to this low, right? That happened on Friday, sorry. So just look at this drop. This drop was incredible. Look, in terms of pips, that's about 100, 150 pips. That movement is a 150 pips in just one session, just one session. Incredible. And that's the movement that I was expecting to happen here with this bearish engulfing candle, this definite bearish engulfing candle. So in reality, let me show you guys. In reality, this movement above that level, all of this was caused by the news, right? All of that was just noise caused by the news. But this movement to the downside was the legit movement that was gonna happen when this candle was provided. So if the news wouldn't have provided that type of, momentum to the upside and noise and stuff. This movement here, this one over here, was the one that was gonna happen here to the downside, right? That's what it was gonna happen. Okay, so all of this is noise, right? All of that is noise caused by the news. And now we are, inside this kind of, you know, authentic and spontaneous movements again, if that makes sense. And now the price is, going up again. We're having, regular price action being given, right? But this is Monday, so it's no so regular. Okay. All right. So from here, we got that breakout to the downside of this previous support. It came below that support, the strong one, and below this one, which is all level, right? I think something happened with my Zoom call. Did I lose you, Keith? Well, I'm back now. All right, so this is the level. It was respected here, 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 and now we are there again, right? Again. So I don't know, this music is kind of pausing all the time. What's going on with this music? Okay, anyway. So from here, what we have is just the price reacting to that level, right? So the price now is reacting to that level, but now it's going up. Okay, so that's okay. That's all right. That's not a problem, right? This level, the support, sorry, this support, but then resistance is also a very strong level, right? Very strong level. So we are gonna have either one of them or the other one. Okay, I mean the one push to the downside from there, or one push to the downside from the next one. All right, so let's wait and see how this current candle has, 14 more minutes to go. Well, 15 more minutes to go. So that candle can become a wonderful wick, and if that is the case, if we get a wick there, that's gonna be great, because that's gonna be the entry to join the sellers. All right, so let me tell you, let's use the arrows again. Okay, so we got that support, right? And this movement to the downside, and now which we're gonna call it the impulsive move. This is the retracement move, and now, we have to create another lower high. We don't know if it's gonna be here, this one, or here, right? But that lower high, it's gonna be the entry to join the sellers, right, to the downside. So that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for that opportunity to go short in Euro USD. Now, if we take a look at the dollar index, we're gonna see that looks super bearish, and that's why, the probability is that we're gonna have the entry up here, okay? Because this one looks super bearish, and while the dollar index creates that push to the downside, Euro USD is going to have a push to the upside, right? In the opposite direction. It moves in the opposite direction. All right, so from here, just waiting for that opportunity to just going down, all right? That's my bias. Look at the strength of that candle, that daily candle. It wouldn't look like that if it wasn't by the news, right? So when these previous candles were provided, my bias was bearish in this daily time frame. And this push to the upside, that one was created by the news, right? But if it wasn't by the news, that push wouldn't have existed, and we would have just had a push to the downside when these two candles were given. So we would have been just looking at a bearish momentum, right? Like that candle, but this candle, this strong bearish engulfing candle, it is, the correction for those news. the correction for those news. So from here, I can expect that the price is going to have, this push to the upside. I don't know if it's going to be right there or a little higher, right? In the lower time frame, we already saw what those levels are. And then, after this bearish engulfing candle, we can expect the price, to keep coming all the way down. And that short can be, an incredible short. I mean, I'm talking about lots of pips, like, look, 100 pips, but risking just 10 of them. So that would be a massive, massive opportunity. If it comes all the way into this low to this next support, that would be, yes, 110 pips. I mean, it would be 11 to 1. Or it can be a low, it could be better if we take the short up there, something like this, 13 to 1, right? So guys, be very careful with this. This could be a great entry. Let's wait and see how it performs, right? So let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Well, this one looks super bullish. So yeah, I think we could expect the next lower high. Sorry, the next higher low. Okay, we can expect this pivot point up here, all right? I think that's the most likely or the most probable scenario. So let's wait and see what's gonna happen with this current candle, right? We gotta wait and see what's gonna happen with that current candle. So let's wait and see what's gonna happen. But those are two important levels. Sell Euro USD. Don't look for buys in Euro USD. Okay? Don't look for buys. If this candle closes like a pin bar, like this one, with a long wick, that would be the entry to just go short. Otherwise, dude, I love these arrows. Okay, otherwise wait for the price to go up and then react to that level and go short with them. Go short with those sellers. Okay, so let's see if that happens. Now, do you guys have any type of questions for EURUSD? Okay, so time frame from drawing levels and time frame for entry. Well, that depends on your strategy. That depends on your, time frame actually. I trade the 30-minute time frame, and that's why, as you can see, I'm always waiting for the signals to be provided in this time frame. And I make the top-down analysis from the daily one. From the weekly, I mean, it's just too far away. But I make my analysis from the daily time frame till the 30-minute, which is my time frame. Why I don't use the 5-minute or the 15-minute time frames? Because they have a very low, very low confirmation, right? Very low confirmation. So, I mean, the smallest time frame to open a position is the 30-minute one, all right? That's the smallest time frame. And that's what I'm looking for, because in that time frame I'm going to have more opportunities to trade. If I'm only trading the 4-hour time frame, I'm going to get lower opportunities in the market, right? Unless you know how to trade, unless you know how to scalp, and then, intraday, and then you go to swing trades. I mean, if you are able and willing to open all of those types of positions, well, good for you. But personally, I recommend you to just stick to one specific style. In this case, I trade the intraday, style. So which means that I open a position and it gets closed in the same day, in the very same day. So I normally don't open positions that are gonna last, overnight. So I recommend you guys to just stick to one specific time frame. I use the 30-minute one, but you guys can use with the one that you want, right? As long as you make the top-down analysis. So for example, if I'm used to trade the 4-hour time frame, I would need to do the top-down analysis from the weekly time frame, right? I will need to go to the weekly time frame and then start my top-down analysis from there until I come to my specific time frame and look for those opportunities, right? So that's gonna be up to you guys. That's gonna be up to you. Lots of people talk about how having, not, I mean, how having just one monitor is good enough to trade. And yes, I do have the same, you know, the same philosophy. I mean, you don't need five screens to trade appropriately. However, however, I have to say that since I got this monitor that's very wide, it's clearer for me to see what's going on in the whole market in higher time frames. For example, look at this. Look at this chart. I can see what happened here and here and here, If this monitor was, smaller, I would be able to see just something like this, you know? So, yeah, I gotta say that if you're gonna look for a specific monitor to trade, and it's gonna be just one of them, look for one that's very wide because that's gonna provide you, a wider a wider perspective of what's going on, right? For example, look at this. If I go to the 4-hour chart, the 4-hour time frame, from this time frame, this would be a very important level, right? If I'm a 4-hour time frame trader, this is a pivot point for me, you know? Look how the price pivots when it reaches that level, right? So from there, I would consider this horizontal level an important level. All right. Um, and I can see that. I mean, this is the 4-hour time frame, but if I go to the 30-minute one, I can see I can see that as well without being in the 4-hour time frame. This is just my time frame. So I don't know. Personally, it has been, it's been good to have this monitor. It's been good. I mean, it makes my life easier. All right, let's move forward. AUD USD. Um, so AUD USD, this is the trade that I called on Friday, but the we didn't have, the opportunity last night in the Asian session. We didn't have the entry point. The price didn't reach this high, which was the key level. I thought that the price was gonna reach that level and provide a good, rejection signal to go short. So we didn't have that, right? But that push, I mean, I call this movement based on market structure. So let me show you guys what was my analysis to believe that the price was going to have that specific movement to the downside. Okay, so we got this level. First of all, you gotta draw your map, right? First of all, you gotta draw your map, which are your trend lines and resistance and support, So then we got this breakout. This is a double top. We talked about that. This is the neckline, and we got, the breakout to the downside. So from there, after this breakout to the downside, and look at this trend line over here, right? So now we're navigating below it, below the trend line. So the price, I mean, is expected to have a pullback or correction, which is this one. And most likely, I mean, the beginning of the next impulsive move, this is the first one, correction, and the next one was gonna happen, but most likely it was gonna happen at this key level, right? Until this previous support. That's it. That's the whole analysis behind this call that I made on Friday. The only thing that it didn't happen is that the pivot point didn't happen up here. It didn't happen up there. So that's why, it was kind of an useless opportunity for me. Okay. But anyways, that's the analysis behind that call. Okay, that I don't know if it makes sense, but that's the analysis. Now, let's see what's going on now, and I would like to take a look at the dollar index. So look at the dollar index. As you can see there, it looks super bearish, right? Super bearish. So from here, I have this very important level, which is a very important resistance, right? Very important resistance. So I'm sure that the price is going to have a reaction when the price drops to that resistance. I know it's going to have, a pullback. Maybe it's not gonna move all the way up. Maybe it is gonna move all the way up. I don't care. What I know is that it's gonna have this push to the upside, and that push to the upside is gonna create a push to the downside in Euro USD, in AUD USD, and New Zealand USD. A very clear one, and a very clear bullish push in USD CHF. Okay, so knowing that, that's what I'm gonna be looking for in those pairs, right? That push, and if I get a good entry in any of those pairs, I'm gonna have that position, right? So right now, look at this. So what we have right now is just the price falling all the way down, right? This was the high, right? This was the previous resistance being created. This was, the top of this push to the upside. And from there, look, we got a breakout of that support, and we can believe that effectively the price is just, having this correction movement or this pullback of this push to the upside. So this push would be the impulsive move, right? And this whole movement to the downside would be the corrective move before the price keeps going up. Okay? All right. So from here, why do I need to know that? Well, I need to know that because now I have a very clear bearish bias. Bearish bias. So until the price drops all the way down here, I can't look for sells in Euro USD, because if I look for sells in Euro USD, I mean, I would be, going against the market and against, the price action rules, which say that if the dollar index is moving down, Euro USD is gonna go up. Okay? And Euro USD is directly affected by what happens with the dollar index. All right? Okay, so from here, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. Allow me just 1 second, because I'm gonna share this with the club. Okay. Now, from here, then I go to the AUD USD, and then I see, okay, so now let's make a, an immediate analysis. Well, let's do the top-down analysis first. Okay. Okay, this bullish candle, that very strong bullish candle, was the one created by the news, so I won't take that as, as anything in my analysis, right? Now we're having this drop. This is the daily time frame, and now we're having, a pin bar, a bullish pin bar in this time frame, in the daily one. So from here, everything looks bullish. I mean, most immediately looks bullish, right? That candle, this pin bar, this pin bar right there is very bullish, right? Rejecting lower prices, right? So I expect that the price is gonna have a drop from here. This over here, let's draw. So this right here, this is a top in AUD USD. So this one would be the top of this push to the upside. And from here, I believe that the price is gonna have a drop. All right, that's my bias. So the price is gonna navigate inside this, right, before it drops, right? So knowing that and looking at the anatomy of this current candle, I can, believe that the price is gonna have, a little more push to the upside before it drops, right? Maybe up here I would definitely be looking for sells, but I know that the price can navigate inside this space before coming all the way down, okay? Because my bias is bearish. So now I go to the lower time frame. I go to the lower time frame and see what's going on there. And from here, look at this. So this one would be a horizontal level, right? Something like that. Something like this, right? But then we're having, this, bullish trend, bullish channel right there. But this looks super choppy. Can you see that? Super choppy. I mean, just lots of movements everywhere. Super choppy. Look at this bullish engulfing candle, but the price came down, right? So super choppy. From here, I'm seeing that the price is going up, so I can have this bullish, bullish bias here until it reaches this level, right? From there, I can expect the price dropping all the way down, which would make sense with what we just talked about in the dollar index, right? That was gonna happen with the dollar index. That's coming down, but then when it reaches an important support, it's gonna, have this pullback to the upside. And this is exactly the opposite scenario, right? The price going up, reaching a resistance, and then coming down. Okay. All right, so from here, look at this. I'm gonna be waiting for the price to reach that resistance. I go to the 30-minute time frame, which is this resistance, right? So from here, I have more of a bullish bias until the price goes all the way up. Okay. If I make an analysis in this specific time frame, I have this level. Right? I got this one over here, and we got the breakout, right? We got the breakout. So let's wait and see. The price can do this, this, and this, right? Okay, so from here I'm not doing anything. I'm just waiting to have a confirmation of my analysis, right? What would be my confirmation? Well, the price going this high and rejecting that level for me to go short. That's it. That's all I'm looking for now. Unless we get this, push to the downside in a very clear, very clear, buying signal here to go long. If I have that, a very clear signal to go long, then I'm gonna do it, right? Okay. Any questions for AUD USD? Super clear. Super clear. All right. So let's take a look at the New Zealand USD. This one looks more bullish actually. So I'm looking for buys here, but let's make the top-down analysis and see what's happening in here. All right, so look at that. Look at that. From the daily time frame, this definitely looks like a top, right? This definitely looks like a top. Right. So push to the upside. This is a top, and now we can see how the price, is still rejecting or respecting that resistance. So from here, I'm still looking for sales in the daily time frame. In this time frame, I wouldn't be looking for buys, right? I wouldn't be looking for buys. Now, in this time frame, of course. But this most immediate candle looks very bullish. Can you see that? So I know that even though it's bullish, it's not gonna reach, higher prices, but it's gonna be something like this. This is the resistance there. So that specific, allow me 1 second. That specific candle can keep going up, but I cannot make an analysis, or I can't open a position, looking for the price to reach, this high, because that may not happen, right? So from this time frame, I know that the price can go just this high. So if I'm looking for buys in the lower time frames, then I would be looking for buys to reach my take profit at that resistance. So if I have a really good entry, a really good strategy telling me that I have to buy the New Zealand USD, then I would be looking for buys only if the take profit that reaches this high, that resistance, it is giving me a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Then I would open a position. Otherwise, I wouldn't do open any position. Okay? So from here, if I'm looking for buys, I would be looking for buys only until that high. Right? That's pretty much it. That's all I need to know from this time frame. So now we can go to the lower time frame. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame and see what's going on here. So from here, again, we just have this very choppy market. So it's very consolidated right there, telling us that this push to the upside is done. So this is the support. This is the That's the resistance that I'm talking about, right? All right. So if I'm looking for buys, I would only look for buys until that resistance. I cannot believe, oh, okay, the price is gonna do this, because even though it could, the price is definitely gonna have a reaction to that resistance. All right. So what we could be looking at right now is just a push to the upside and then the price dropping all the way down, again respecting the sideways movement that has been having, previously. All right. So from here, if I'm looking for buys in the lower time frame, now it doesn't look like an entry point. It doesn't look like an entry point in the 4-hour time frame, but maybe in the 30-minute time frame, we are gonna have, a good entry point. So what I know from this time frame, from the 4-hour one, is that if I'm looking for buys, I'm gonna be looking for a take profit that's gonna be this high and not more than that. All right. Now let's go to the 30-minute time frame and see what's happening in here. So from here, look, that would be the ultimate. Let me draw this. So that would be crank. That would be the resistance that I'm talking about. So from here, it looks like a buy, right? It definitely looks like a buy. If the price drops, respects this level, and provides a very, very clean and clear entry point to go long, then I would be willing to open this buying position, right? Something like that. I would be willing to open that position, right? So that's the whole analysis behind the New Zealand USD. But in the higher time frame, this looks like a huge drop, and I'm talking about a huge drop. A movement like this one. So look at this. That whole movement had 180 pips. That was a 180 pips movement. So I'm talking about, having a drop like that one, all right? So I don't know what the top is gonna be, but if I have a very good entry signal, I'm willing to buy the New Zealand USD. But most likely, the price is just gonna have a drop like that one, all the way down. All right, all right. So that's what we make, or that's the conclusion that we can get from this time frame, from the daily time frame analysis. All right, and that drop actually can be just a huge drop, a huge drop. So, anyways, that's all for New Zealand USD. If I get a really good entry signal to buy here, I would be willing to buy. So if I get an entry point here, I would be willing to buy, you know, something like that. Otherwise, I'm just waiting for sales. When those sales are gonna be, effective and safe, those sales, sorry, are gonna be safe when we start to create, when we start seeing, lower highs and lower lows. Okay. So for example, if the price drops below this low, for example, right, and goes up and then creates, a rejection signal, then I can believe that the price is gonna keep dropping, and that could be the top of an important movement to the downside. Okay, very important movement to the downside. All right, makes sense, guys? Does it make sense? Okay. What kind of pattern do you look at support and resistance? I'm looking for different, candlestick patterns like the pin bar, like the bearish or the engulfing candle, the fakey setup, some specific candlestick patterns that are gonna provide the entry. Now GU, look at GU. But before that, do you guys have any type of questions for the New Zealand USD? Nothing. Look, Euro USD didn't provide It didn't provide the push to the upside that we thought it was going to happen. I mean, it can still go up, but it's still, reacting very, very slowly, to this level. So it's very slow. Euro USD is very slow now. Like $2 index is very slow as well. Okay, no confirmations of anything. No confirmations of anything. Okay, GU. Look at GU. And the most immediate, structure. And this most immediate structure looks bullish, right? Does it look bullish for you as well? So I'll tell you why this one looks bullish. Look, this is the drop, and it respected that support. But then we had, a breakout to the downside. So I thought that the price was just gonna go up from there, but the price came all the way down, right? Respecting that next support that's very close to a daily level. This is a daily level. Okay, so now the price is going up, and it closed above that support, sorry, again. So it closed above it again. So from there we can expect the price to go short, right? To come down and then go up, right? So that's something that can happen. All right, so from here we can expect the price just to go up. All right. Quack, that's another one. So I can expect the price going up from here, right? So I would be looking for something like that. So let's see what's gonna happen. Let's see what's gonna happen. I'm pretty excited to see what's gonna happen. But I would be looking for buys in GU. I mean, the most immediate price action is telling me that I should be looking for buys. Okay. Now let's go to the daily time frame and see what's going on there. Okay, so on Friday we were looking at this, right? On Friday we were looking at this very clear, channel. And we were here, right? Remember? And I said, okay, this is the top, and we're gonna have, most likely the beginning of this push to the downside. And then we got that bearish that bearish strong candle, right? We got it. We got that very strong bearish candle. Can you see that one? So that's the one I'm talking about. So we got it. We got it. But because this is a very clear, level, very clear channel, right? So the price is respecting that resistance, that trend line resistance, and this trend line support, right? So my bias in GU is still bearish. I believe that the price is gonna keep dropping, but it's not gonna just drop like that, right? It's not gonna have a, you know, even though I'm looking for sells here. Give me 1 second. This candle that cannot look like this, right? It can't look like that, right? Instead, it's gonna have, a more, slow motion, right? Before it drops all the way down, it has to create, lower highs, lower lows, okay? So every time that I pick a lower high, I'm gonna be looking for the next movement to the downside in the lower time frames. And that's how I trade from the daily, from higher to lower time frames. Just looking for the structure, looking for the entry points in those time frames, and then I look for the entry points in the lower time frames and join, the winners, either the buyers or the sellers, right? So in this case, my bias again is super bearish here. So now the price, the current daily candle looks more like a gravestone doji, right? Rejecting lower prices, right? So from here, maybe the price is gonna go up a little bit. The next candle is gonna look something bullish, and then we're gonna have that drop. So essentially, from this time frame, I know that I'm just looking for a very clear selling signal to go short, right? So that's the analysis behind it. Do you refer to the DXY often? Yes, I do. I do. I take a look at the DXY quite often. Okay, so from here, look, we're having a bullish push here. This 4-hour candle is almost over. Almost over. So this looks like a low. This definitely looks like a low, and that we're gonna have a push to the upside, right? Before the price keeps dropping. Right, so let's just draw it to make it clearer for you. So this is the resistance, right? No, that's not the one, sorry. Okay. All right, so from here I can expect the price going up, you know, maybe this high before it keeps dropping. All right. Okay. So I'm looking for buys from here, from this time frame. I'm looking for buys. All right, until it reaches that level. All right. So from this time frame, I can expect the price, you know, going up, respecting that next resistance before it drops. Right, before it drops. Okay. So this one aligns to what we were talking about in the 30-minute time frame, right? So this one over here. So from here, I can expect the price reaching that resistance again. So doing something like this, respecting that resistance, right? Before it keeps dropping. It can go up again, but from the daily time frame, I'm looking for those important sales. And those sales, those are, you know, the important ones. Okay, because that push to the downside is going to be very strong, can be very strong, right? But now, I mean, now, I think the price is going to reach this resistance, okay? So now I'm looking for buys. So if I get this opportunity to go long, I'm going to buy GU. Make sense? Yes, definitely. For the week, GU is bearish. Definitely bearish. Definitely bearish. Okay. For today, it looks bullish. I wouldn't say today. I would say for the New York session, looks bullish. All right. For the New York session, looks bullish. All right. I think that's pretty much it for GU. Questions about GU? Any question in regards GBP Nope. All good. All right. Let's move forward. Let's take a look at GJ. What's going on with GJ? But before that, yeah, in the other parts we don't have any confirmations. Okay. So GJ, what's going on with GJ? So GJ was kind of clear, you know, like 1 hour and a half ago. It was kind of clear. It wasn't so clear because I didn't open that position, but I really wanted to. So look at this. Look at this price action. That's a very clean price action, right? Look at the strength of the support. Let's use yellow. I think yellow looks better. All right, so look at the support, strong support being respected, right? So the price came down, reacted to that level, reacted again, right? Reacted once again. And here we got this pin bar rejecting that level. That was the entry. That was the entry signal, right? That was the entry signal to go long. I didn't open that position because right afterwards we got another bearish pin bar. So I was thinking, I don't wanna, you know, eat this next breakout to the downside, right? I didn't want to have that. So that's why I didn't open that position. But that was that bullish pin bar right here, that was the entry. This pin bar, right? So this is the very important support here, respected multiple times, and then we got that pin bar rejecting that level. I mean this support, right? So that was the entry to join those buyers. Okay, so the entry was provided, and a 2 to 1 would have been given already, right? Something like 32 pips right there. That was the entry point. I didn't take it, right? I didn't take it because of this bearish pin bar. I was like, I don't know about that because this candle was very strong, and yeah, I wasn't completely sure about it. So that's why I didn't open that position. Okay, but it was given. It was given. So from here, in GJ, I would be looking for buys as well. All right. I'm not looking for sells unless we have this breakout of that level, right? So I'm not looking for sells in GJ. This is the support. I'm only looking for sells below this level. So below that level, I would be looking for sells. Now I'm looking for buys, right? Until it reaches this resistance. So for now, just bullish, just looking for buys. Let me erase this. Okay, so from here, I would expect the price to, to reach this resistance again, and maybe have, a breakout to the upside. Okay, until this next resistance. So from here, I'm just looking for buys, looking for a lower high or lower low here. Sorry, lower low to join those buyers. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. A good entry point to go long. Not looking for sells, just looking for buys in GJ. Now, guys, it's Monday, and Mondays are kind of crazy. So don't try to fight the market and try to be rich on Monday. All right? So just do your analysis, look at the price action, look at what happens, how it behaves. All right? So look at that and make sure that it's something aligned with your analysis, and that's pretty much it. All right? Don't do anything else. That's good enough. Okay? So if there is something very clear, clear enough to open a position, then open a position and use it. Use it in your favor. Otherwise, just take a look at the charts and do anything else. Alright, so from here, looking for buys in GJ, not looking for sales now. Not looking for sales. Now let's take a look at gold. Look, gold now looks like a good sell, right? So let's make the analysis. I'm talking about this short from quite a while ago. I didn't open this short because of this, tweezer bottom candlestick pattern right there. So I was looking for sales here, but then this candle was provided, it was given. So I thought, okay, I'm not looking for sales now unless we get, an entry signal like these two pin bars. So those are two pin bars, kind of providing the entry to go short there, all right? So that would make more sense. Those cells would make more sense, all right, from here, right? Okay, so let's make the analysis about why I would be willing to sell there. So everything started with the news, right? So the news were given, and well, this specific pair wasn't so affected, but the correction was actually given. I mean, this push to the downside was the same one that we had here in Euro USD, right? This one wasn't so strong. Here in GU, right? This one was very strong actually on Friday, right? GJ also had, this push to the downside. Okay, gold had it as well, which is this one. Push to the downside caused, by the correction of the news. The sellers, trying to move the price of those pairs to lower levels, right? To lower levels. Okay, so we got this push to the downside, and now the price is creating this sort of, higher highs and higher lows, right? So higher highs and higher lows being created. But then we got this important level, these important horizontal levels. So horizontal levels, they're stronger than trend lines or diagonals, all right? And why is that? Because the horizontal levels, they are less subjective. The diagonals and trend lines, they can be more subjective, okay? So you can trust more the horizontal levels than the diagonals and things like that, all right? And trend lines and things like that. Okay, so from here we can see how the price, is going up, and it was reacting to that level, right? So I thought, okay, this is gonna be a good opportunity to go short, right? But then we got this bullish candle, and with that bullish candle, going all the way up, I thought, okay, now selling doesn't look so great, so I'm gonna be waiting for another signal, another rejection signal, and we got it, which is this pin bar, the next candle, and the most immediate candle also looks like a pin bar, but it doesn't look so great to me. I mean, not yet. We still got 2 more minutes to go, but I don't know. It doesn't look so great for me to open a sell position. Let's see how it closes, right? But this one could be a good short. Let's take a look at horizontal levels. Well, I don't know. I don't know if a trend line would look, clear enough over here. I don't think so. I think it would look something more like this, right? Something like that. So yeah, it doesn't look so great. Doesn't look so clean. So from here, now I'm not looking for sales anymore. I'm not looking for sales anymore in gold. Maybe up here, that yellow line that you're looking at, that yellow line is a daily time frame. Sorry, a daily time frame key level, right? So from that key level, then I can believe, okay, then if I get a rejection from that level, which is an important one, then I can join the sellers. Okay, so that's something that we can be looking at. Look, Euro USD is going up. Okay, all right. So I'm waiting for this push to the downside in GU to join those buyers. All right, I'm looking for those buyers, for those buys here in GU. Okay, all right. GJ also looking for buys, but okay. So gold again, the price is. I believe the price is gonna keep going up until it respects this resistance, this daily level, and then it drops. Okay, so I'm looking for sales only when this level gets respected. Okay, does it make sense? So if the price reacts to this level, I'm gonna be going down here. So let's take a look at the top-down analysis in gold, right? Can you briefly touch on stop losses? Okay, so stop losses. How do you set your stop loss? Okay, that's a good question, and the answer is your stop loss depends on your strategy. It depends on the candlestick pattern that you use. That's how I use the stop losses. So for example, let me show you an example. Let's go back in time a little bit here. Okay, so this level was being respected, and after that pin bar, I would have believed, okay, the price is gonna drop. Okay, the price is gonna drop, so I'm gonna open my position. That's what my strategy says. I'm gonna open a position right there. My stop loss would have been above the high of that previous candle. How I know that or why I know that? Because that is my strategy, or that's what my strategy says. All right. So my strategy says that if I'm going to use this candlestick pattern as my entry signal, my stop loss should be above it. And if the price goes above this candle and it hits my stop loss, it is because that's the most immediate point when or where I know that my analysis was incorrect or that the market didn't validate my analysis. Okay, so my strategy says that my stop loss is gonna be, this high, and my take profit, something like 2 to 1, like 400 pips here, something like that. So then I would open that position, right? My trade would have been activated, and this is what would have happened, right? My take profit wouldn't have been hit unless my entry would have been, higher, a little higher, you know, a tighter stop loss and a tighter take profit. So that's always what I'm looking for, a tighter take profit and a tighter stop loss. So that's how I use my stop loss strategy, right? So that's why you gotta have a very clean and clear strategy, right? That's telling you exactly where your stop loss should be located, right? What type of, entry points you're gonna be looking for. It looks like a bearish engulfing candle. Does it look like a pin bar? How does it look like, right? So look for very clean and clear strategies and stick to those strategies, and then you're gonna start seeing money in your account. You're gonna start looking at profits. All right. So from here, oh sorry, we were gonna take a look at the daily. Okay, daily chart in gold. Okay, so what do we have here? Look at this chart. So if you take a look at this chart, would you be looking for sales or for buys here? Would you be looking for sales or for buys just by taking a look at this price action? Just give it a shot in the comments. Give it a shot. No one? Okay. So from this price action, I would be looking for sales. Look super clean. Look. 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 Right? So I would be looking for sales from this time frame. All right? So when you open a chart, just zoom out and take a look at the chart, right? Zoom out and take a look at the chart and see what's going on in the chart in the higher time frame. So for example, this is the daily time frame. I zoom out and I see what the market structure is, and I try to identify, okay, based on the market structure, what should I be looking for? So in this case, I'm looking more for sales, right? For several reasons, just because of this market structure. Let's do this. Let's make it even clearer. Look, this is what I'm talking about. I'm gonna change this. Look, this is what I'm talking about. Can you see that? So we got very clean, pivot points and levels, right? Very clean pivot points and levels. Look, right? So based on this market structure, I should be looking for sales. And as you can see, inside those levels, those push, there are smaller movements being created, There, right there, right? Smaller movements being created, right? Lower highs, lower lows being created all the time, right? So from here, I would be looking for something like this, right? That's the daily time frame. Now, let's go back to the candle chart. Okay, so from there I should be looking for sales. Also I would be looking for sales because this looks like a top, right? This looks like a high. I mean these most current candlesticks, they look like a high, beginning with this or starting with this pin bar, right? So we got a pin bar, then an inside candle, and then a bearish engulfing candle, then this little kind of, pin bar, and then another pin bar or shooting star rejecting, that level. So as you can see there, the price has not been able to break above. No, 1 second. The price hasn't been able to break above this resistance, right? So that's a resistance, and the price has not been able to break above it, right? It's respected it here and here, here, right? The price has not been able to break above that level and close above that level, right? So from here, I believe that we're gonna be, seeing something like this, right? Respecting this bearish structure, right? So if I was a daily time frame trader, If I was a swing trader, I would be looking for sells. Okay. Now let's go to the lower time frame and see what's going on in the lower time frame. Okay, so this is the lower time frame. It looks super bullish now, right? It looks super bullish now. So in the 4-hour time frame, it looks bullish. I wouldn't be looking for sales now, right? I would be looking for sales only if there is a sell signal, a very clean and clear sell signal, right? Because in the daily time frame, looks like a sell, right? So from here, we'll be looking for sales only if there is a clean selling signal, right? But this 4-hour time frame look at the strength of this previous candle. It's very, very strong, a bullish candle that's strong. So now we go to the 30-minute time frame and see, okay, what am I looking for here? What am I expecting to see here? So from here, as I was saying before, I would be looking for buys, right? So if I get a good, buying opportunity, I would be looking for this type of buys. And then from that analysis that we just talked about in the daily time frame, I would be looking for sales up here, right? So now we'll be looking for this type of buys, right? The price, reacting to this level and then just going up to that high. And up there, when that price gets, touched and respected, then I would be looking for strong sales, very strong sales, right? That's what I would be looking for. That's what I'd be waiting for, right? That's the analysis behind gold. Look, guys, this is a free analysis, you know, awesome price action being given. Take advantage from that. Okay, so that's pretty much for gold. And do you guys have any questions for gold for this analysis before we move forward? Nope. Good enough. Okay. Let's go to USD So what I love about USD is that it respects levels so much, the horizontal levels. They get respected so much, and that's beautiful, right? For example, look at this level. It was support, resistance, right? This one over here, strong support, respected again with this pin bar, right? So USD respects a lot the horizontal levels. And that's something that I do love about this specific pair, because I know that when the price reaches an important level, something is gonna happen, right? Something is gonna happen. So that's why I love USD. So here, it looks super bearish. I'm waiting for this correction movement to the upside to join the sellers, right? Till this low. That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I should be looking for, you know, a good and clear entry signal to join the sellers. So let's see if that happens. Something like this, I mean, you can only open a position like this one if you have a confirmation. So always look for confirmations in your, charts with candlesticks, confirmation candlesticks. So for example, this is a resistance over here. Right here, if I get, a rejection of that resistance to go up, I would be willing to open that position, right? But only, I mean, that's my bias, but I would only open a position if I have a confirmation. So if I have a confirmation, then I'm gonna do that. All right. Now let's go to the lower time frame. Sorry, let's get closer to this. Okay, so this looks very strong to the upside, to the downside, very, very strong movement. So from here, I mean, very soon we're gonna have this push to the upside, this pullback or correction, right? Those sellers are gonna start taking profits. The ones that push the price here to the downside, they start taking profits. They start cashing out and taking, closing some of those selling positions. And that's what's gonna create this pullback, right? This push to the upside. right? And then I'm gonna be willing to join those sellers, right? So that's what I should be looking for here in USD So let's wait and see if we get that, something like that. That would be great. So from here, that's specifically what I'm looking for in USD All right, guys. Nothing else. Nothing else. I wouldn't do anything else here. I wouldn't do anything else here. All right. So I think those are the analysis behind all of these pairs. All right. That's the analysis behind all of those pairs. Don't do anything, against the market structure, against price action, against the language of price action. You gotta learn how to speak this language, the language of price action, and then you're gonna be able to make lots of money, all right? Lots of money. Start small, My my suggestion for you guys is to have a huge goal, a huge perspective. But in other words, that would be a long-term goal, a long-term perspective in terms of money and price action, knowledge and improving your learning curve, and making good profits. That's a long-term goal. Um, but be consistent enough or consistent in such a way that you want to make money, now. So have in mind that you're gonna make money in the long term, but don't get discouraged because it is long term, I mean, just baby steps. Walk those baby steps. Okay, little by little, here a little, there a little. That's what says even in the scriptures, little by little. So always look for small chunks, right? So, but always having, this kind of, how can I say this long-term perspective, kind of what's going to happen with your life in a couple of years or 5 years. So have this more like long-term perspective, just for you to know where you want to be, right? And then take all those baby and small steps to get there, right? That's how you should approach training as well. That's how you should approach any type of goal in your life. In trading is exactly the same thing, right? Exactly the same thing. If you want to get rich in 5 years, you can do that. Yes, you can. Have that goal in your mind and have that goal, push you every single day to take the small steps and the baby steps that are gonna get you there. All right, take it as the motivation, right? But you gotta make sure that you understand that that's gonna take a while. All right, it's gonna take a while. All right, guys. So, do I trade the 30-minute time frame mostly? Yes, I trade the 30-minute time frame mostly. Yes, that's true. The third minute, maybe the 1 hour, right? Sometimes the 2 hour, but that's pretty much it, right? I'm more of a intraday trader. Okay, that's why. So, all right, guys, I think that's pretty much it for today. Those are the analysis for all of those pairs. If you are just joining the live stream, and if you want to take a look at the analysis behind all of these pairs, right? Just go back in the live stream and take a look at it. All right. So take care, guys, and have a good one. Have a great day. Take care.